Let's jump into the waiver wire. For next week, Portland and San Antonio have just 2 games. So, hey, it's great. You got Damian Lillard back. Things are looking great. Wait, 2-game week.
2
Sorry, he's
games.
out.
Wah,
You might not be
wah.
able to play him again. Okay, so available in 50% of leagues ads. We mentioned before, Karl Anthony Towns is out for 4 to 6 weeks. I am adding Kyle Anderson, who is 33% rostered
Slow-mo.
in Yahoo. Yeah, and I will say again, if you have Anthony Edwards, he sees like a 5% usage bump with Cat out, so I think it's going to be pretty big for him. But Kyle Anderson played 28 minutes in the game Cat got hurt. Then he started and played 39 minutes the following game. I will note that Jaden McDowns, was also out, so 39 minutes is probably not going to happen for Slow-mo, but he's ranked inside the top 90 twice in his career, 78th 2 years ago. And I think he'll have viability in 14 to 16 teamers even when Cat's back. I added him a couple of weeks ago in our 16-team league. He's just like, he's not going to put up these gaudy numbers for you, but his steal and block numbers are always pretty good. If he continues to play 30 minutes a game, he might get you like 12, 6, and 5 with a steal and a block.
Yeah. In that very slow motion.
The Shane Battier special.
Right. And it just, it's just not going to be Naz Reid because they're not going to play him next to Gobert. He saw a little bit of a
Can you
bump
imagine
in
how
minutes,
slow they'd be in the front court with Reid and Gobert?
Yeah, it'd be really tough. So Kyle Anderson. That's my ad.
All right. Thank you, Alex.
Reid is faster than Cat. But hey, we will talk more about the Timberwolves. Actually, I'll just take it right now. I'm going with the Timberwolves too for one of my players. He's actually my long shot. I'm going out of order, guys. Deal with it. Just deal with it. Jaylen Nowell. That's the other guy that you're going to want to target on Minnesota's roster. Over the past 3 games, Nowell has averaged 27 minutes, 21 points, 4.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.3 steals.
He's been there, Vinny the Microwave, right?
Yep. He's been solid all season, but the big increase with this is those minutes. He was 18, 11, 9 minutes before that, 31 minutes in the first game without Cat, 24 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. He takes a ton of 3-pointers, 4 for 10 from downtown in that game. He'll continue to come off the bench behind Russell and Anthony Edwards, but I expect Nowell to really help give that team more spacing and play at a faster pace while Cat's out.
Nowell, right. For his career, he's like 19-4-4 per 36. So it's been there. He's done it.
Been an incident offense off the bench for them. All right, I'm going to reel us back in to our available in 50% of leagues. But before I do, fans, if you like our video content, please consider hitting the like and subscribe buttons below. Please do that now. All right, here's my available in 50% of leagues. I actually grabbed him last night before Shannon could, is Detroit Pistons point guard Killian Hayes. He's managed in 55% of Yahoo teams, only 16% of ESPN. Pistons have 4 games next week, important to note, but also the sweet line from Hayes last night, the 22 points and the 8 dimes and the 4 boards off of 10 of 13 shooting last night in that OT win over Dallas. But hey, last 7 games, 12 points, 3 rebounds, and over 6 assists, plus a steal and a half. Look, assists are hard to get off the waiver wire. Anyway, Killian Hayes I like. And look, let's be honest, we don't really know when Cade Cunningham's coming back, right, Shannon?
Yeah, it's still to be determined. We'll see. Our latest estimated return date for Cade is December 14th. But he's out indefinitely. We have to wait until the Pistons release more details. Killian's feeling it right now. He's gaining some confidence, which is really the one thing that he's lacked throughout his career. A lot of Pistons folks will argue that last night was his best game in the NBA. I still look at the 60-point fantasy outburst he had late last year against OKC as his best, but this game last night against Dallas was they were legit, legit minutes during crunch time. He's knocking down 3-pointers in overtime to clinch the game. A little bit different.
He's only 21 years old.
Yes.
Everyone wants to bash Hayes when he struggled as a 19-year-old and a 20-year-old. But international player thrown in super young to the NBA. In hindsight, it's not shocking it'd take him a couple of years to adjust to the association.
The past 4 games, he is averaging 38 fantasy points.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, we're so out of whack here. I think it's long shot time for Alex.
Yep, long shot of the week for me. AJ Griffin from the Atlanta Hawks, 5% roster in Yahoo, 1% ESPN. I think people in deeper leagues were already starting to pay attention to Griffin. So we have John Collins out 2+ weeks. We have DeAndre Hunter out a week plus. Things are a little complicated with Bogdanović coming back soon. We also have Justin Holiday and COVID protocols. There's a lot going on with the Atlanta Hawks rotation that you just need to keep an eye on. They play tonight. So we're going to get a little more insight into that. If you have Sunday waivers, we're going to be a little more informed by the time we get there. But I wouldn't be surprised if they slide DeAndre Hunter up to the 4 and then open up the wing for AJ Griffin.
Hunter's out too.
Eventually. I mean, like when Hunter is back.
Sorry. Yeah.
Sorry. I was unclear. When Hunter is back, I think they'll start him at the 4 and then AJ Griffin will continue starting at the 3. And Griffin, before this was even happening, AJ Griffin has been taking time away from Justin Holiday, who was getting just DNPs. Like Nate McMillan was just done with Justin Holiday. So the 5 games where AJ Griffin has seen at least 24 minutes, averaged 16.2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 1.2 assists. And, there's even fewer guys around. I think he's just a good deep league ad, even a standard league ad. If your benches are, if you don't have a lot of great options left on the wire.
And the Hawks 4 games next week.
Yeah, that helps too. Thank you for adding that because that's a huge part of it. It's almost impossible for you to get burned by this. Let's put it that way, at least for next week.
Past 7 games for AJ Griffin, 25 minutes per, 12 points, 1.4 steals, and 2.1 threes. Without Hunter and Collins, all of that is only going to pick up. So he's a great ad for next week.
Ken, let's go to your long shot.
Okay, I'm literally trying to pick up Griffin in a league right now. I have him in our keeper league.
Hey, that's how you know it's good advice. All right, Ken is immediately moving to add him.
That's right. My long shot, especially if you need points, goes to that awful roster Shannon was talking about earlier in the pod in Dallas. Tim Hardaway is finally back and healthy for the Mavericks. Managed in 32% of Yahoo leagues. I'm cheating a little here. Only 10% of ESPN leagues. Dallas has 4 games next week. Hardaway started Tuesday, 22 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, and 5 3-pointers. Forget what he put up last night. But anyway,
26, 5, and 2 with 2 steals, a block, and 6 3-pointers. 6 for 14 from downtown. 40 minutes.
He's got the green light, and they're just desperate to find help for Luka.
Yeah.
His defensive stats never going to be great, but Hardaway's a scorer, a proven scorer. So I love him, and he's available in more than 2/3 of leagues out there. So give Hardaway at least a 1-week look. They got 4 games next week.
I won't go as far as say I love him, but I do love his father. Probably still my all-time favorite. All right. Now, when we're bouncing around, I apologize. Markelle Fultz is my available in 50% of leagues. Fultz is available. He is managed in 44% of Yahoo leagues, 10% of ESPN. Fultz just made his season debut earlier this week, Wednesday, against the Hawks. Finished with 23 fantasy points in 17 minutes. But the most encouraging part is he immediately started. Even though they knew he's going to have a low minutes cap, they were planning to keep him around 15 minutes, which they did. He still started, which is amazing to me. I mean, Cole Anthony also returned to action in that game. Obviously Suggs was out, but I would not be surprised if Fultz is the starter long term for this team. I feel like if their plan was to have him eventually come off the bench, they would not have started him in that season debut. And if he's getting 25, 30 minutes, Fultz is going to see plenty of fantasy value, easily a fantasy point per minute guy when he's getting the run.
And I feel like Cole Anthony, he's like the old Magic teams where they had everybody was a tweener, but no one had a good role. I don't think they really want Cole Anthony or Suggs playing too many minutes a point. They don't set up other guys.
I think Cole Anthony's future is like a sixth man. He's just a microwave guy.
Yeah,
that's
microwave.
Fine.
Yeah.
That's a good call, Shannon. If Fultz qualified minutes-wise last year, he would have had, I think, the highest assist rate in the NBA for those last 15 games that he played. So we'll kind of see what happens. That Banchero is there now. But I think, even with the crowded backcourt, if you're sort of gaming out, who is the best player out of those three right now? I think it's Markelle Fultz. So,
It's tough. I like what I've seen out of Suggs. Cole Anthony had a really good stretch early last season. I would be surprised if long term it's not Fultz and Suggs are both starting in the backcourt.
Yeah.
Which means that if that happens, that means the Bull era or Wendell Carter, someone's got to move to the bench. It's not going to be Banchero. It's not going to be Franz Wagner. Those two are going to continue to start probably at the 3 and the 4, where I believe they are the best fit. So something's got to happen in the front court for Suggs and Fultz to eventually be the starting backcourt.
Let's go to your dull suggestion, Ken.
My dull suggestion. Oh, it is dull. Oh. Grayson Allen of the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bucks have 4 games next week. Grayson Allen's available in almost 80% of leagues. But hey, Grayson Allen is ranked 49th over the last 14 days in 9 category leagues, and he is the starting shooting guard for the Bucks. We mentioned Middleton's coming back, so it's probably a short-term play. But hey, last 5 games for Allen, 14.8 points, 4.8 boards, 3.6 assists, and more importantly, 2.6 triples and a steal a game. Nice short-term ad if you need help in the backcourt. And if you need threes and points, I think Grayson Allen is a good 1 week play, but it is boring to pick Grayson Allen.
Great streaming candidate in standard or 14-team leagues. I happened to be at that game against Dallas where he popped off for 25. Was absolutely cooking, wide open, draining all of his shots. It looked effortless for him in the Bucks offense. He is
nice.
He's very much a part of their future.
Try RotoWire today, free for 10 days. Get our premium tools, rankings, analysis, and breaking news alerts. No credit card required. Go to rotowire.com/try.